What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? Chris back with you guys with the first video of the New Year's. I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody, including their families. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I know I did. Went down, in fact, for the from the 24th down to the 31st, we went to Florida. I took the family down there to see my other daughter in Florida. She lives close to Punta Gorda and Fort Myers in between. So, you know, we went down there. The weather was awesome. It was great. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and like I said, including your loved ones. And my deepest condolences to anybody who's lost a loved one. For some reason, my God, 2016 was not a good end to it at all. I mean, you had music stars dying, you know, movie stars, so on and so forth. So my deepest condolences to anybody who might have lost somebody and had to, you know, feel that pain during the Christmas, holidays and so on and so forth. But we actually went down to Florida. We spent the week down there. It was great. It was in the 80s, upper 80s, absolutely awesome. And I took the family while we were down there, while we were visiting family and friends and stuff like that. Went to go see my good friend Billy Carson, who's also, if you know him by Forbidden Knowledge, so on and so forth. We spent the time down in, Naples at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. We sat there for hours just talking about everything that's got to do with space, right here on Earth, so on and so forth. So had a great time with him. He's a good man. And here's the thing, too. I also took my family over to the Kennedy Space Center. Went down there as well, which made me want to do this video, and I'll tell you why. I took my camera, which is this one. I show you guys this one here. It's the Canon PowerShot A3300, I believe it is, the IS, yeah. And you can see right here, it's a Canon, and if you look right there's a 16 megapixel lower right corner. It is, like I said, it's the Canon PowerShot A3300. And the reason why I'm showing you this, because there's a reason why, and you're going to understand why in a minute, because I want to prove to you guys unequivocally that this is, in fact, these photos I'm going to show you that were taken from my camera. All right, so what I did was, well, see if I can't do this without breaking that camera. So let me see if I can find these. All right, so what I did was, this is what we flew from West Virginia down to St. Pete in Florida. This is the MD-80, also known as the McDonnell Douglas aircraft, and this is pretty much what we flew in. Now, what I did was I took the window seat, and the reason why I did that is because I wanted to use this camera to show people that windows in an airplane are not distorted. No, they're not. Despite what a lot of these people, these people that want to claim, oh, you know, they're talking about all this flat Earth stuff. I mean, listen, you want to believe them, that's perfectly fine. But do yourself a huge favor. If you ever have to go to see a family member that may be 600, maybe 1,000 miles, forget about taking the car. Take the plane and do the same thing I did. I'm not going to baffle you guys with bullshit. I'm not going to baffle you with numbers. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to show you flat out photos, and there you go. So I'm not going to make this real long either, guys, I promise. So now let's have a look. This is the first photo I took, and we're on the tarmac, and you can see one of these prop planes in the background right here. We call them puddle jumpers. I know a lot of people do. But this is the aircraft. I'm sitting right over the wing, as you can see. Show me any distortion in this window, in this photo itself. Show me anything that looks. The poles are completely straight. There's nothing curved at all. No how, no way. Now let's go to the next one. Now the plane is now left. That little puddle jumper took off, and we're backing out now. Well, we're not backing out yet, rather, I should say. Again, no distortion whatsoever, no how. Now, there is an imperfection in the window. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. Right here. You can see the window right there from here to here. You can see it actually has a little bevel to it, and that's when they molded the window. Now, you can see the little vehicle that takes the ramp away, and you can see right here. He's now taking the ramp away. But again, we're sitting on the tarmac waiting for this thing to take off. And of course, it was just minutes later and after they'd taken the ramp away. Now, again, show me any distortion you see in it. All the poles are completely straight up and down. So is in the control center. There's no antennas that have bowing or anything like that. It is completely straight. So this photo alone disproves what a lot of these guys say. All these windows are distorted. They got that fisheye lens going to. No, they do not. Okay, so that alone should tell you, okay, these guys that are making these flat Earth, and they're claiming that every window in these aircraft are completely distorting the photo. No, it is not. Nowhere, no how. There you go. I'm just going to go back through them and show you again. Well, of course, this is the aircraft, and here we go. No distortion whatsoever, completely flat. Now, keep in mind, I do have the window. I'm in the window kind of holding it like this, so I could be a little off this way, right or left, depending on the the tilt I had it on there at the time, because I'm not like perfectly on a tripod with a level on it. I mean, I'm just literally holding it in the window as best I can. So, okay, so now I'm going to show you the picture where I did a straight line while we're in the air, and there is truly a curvature to the Earth. Now, here you go. It's as plain and simple as you can possibly get. You'll see it right here, and I did it a little bit darker for you guys for a moment, and I want to show you this. Right here, you'll see like it's got a little bit of thickness. Now, again, let's suppose for a minute I'm on the plane. Here's the plane. Now I now got my hand like this. I'm holding the camera, and I got it stuck up against the window, so this way I can stop any kind of vibration doing this crap or anything like that. I got my hand up against the window. So now, if the plane is doing this, if the plane, let's say this is the ground, and this is the plane. If the plane decides to, drop down in elevation or go up, it shouldn't matter. This ground will do this or do that, but it should remain completely straight. Doesn't matter if it's a little off this way or this way. It should remain completely straight if it is in fact flat. However, it is not. You can see right here, and I'm going to show you a little bit better in a second, but you can see right here, there's a little bit from here to this right here, and it gets thinner and thinner. This line gets thinner, and check it out. It actually dives. This ground, it actually has a curvature to it. Here you go. There's a space getting narrower and narrower, and it starts to do the same thing right here. It gets thicker and thicker. So now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to jump one picture and then jump to this one I did darker. What I did was I put more contrast in it so you can see the actual line a little bit better. So let it go ahead and fill in. Here you go. And you can see it right here. It's getting thicker right here. Thinner, 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 thinner. Then it starts to go back thicker again, thicker and thicker. And there you go. Again, there is a curvature to the Earth, whether you want to believe this or not. So again, my advice to you is don't believe these people like Eric Douchebay, these people that claim that, here's the thing, guys, they can crunch numbers all day long. And the person who's kind of, I wouldn't use the word gullible, but I would use the term not in the know, ignorant. And again, it's not to bash people, it's just they clearly do not know. So if you're not sure of it, you don't have to believe me, and don't believe them. Do your own homework. And if you're going to tell me, hey, Chris, you're wrong. I mean, the world is flat. Show me on your own page. You could take me to other pages where it shows you've done your work and you showed me unequivocally that the world is flat. Until then, it's bogus. And people, I just want you to use your own brains. Because like I said, listen, guys, I've watched these flat earth videos. I have. And I sat there and I'm going, okay, they're baffling people with numbers. They're baffling people, it's only this, the sun's only this. So people go, well, I don't know, so I'm going to go ahead and believe what he's saying. No. Do your own homework, and you'll be happy you did. Now, if you still come up to the same conclusion after you've done your own homework, like here's a perfect example. I did this, and here it is, man. It's as clear as the day is long. Now, we're in the highest we can get. We were up at cruising. And I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure how high we were up. I know when we were coming close to the ground, we were 10,000 feet. This is probably 30, 40,000 feet. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you guys. I could be way off in numbers. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Here's your proof. Like I said, this should not dip. This should not dip at all. And this, if this was flat, this should go like this, completely straight and up and over this black line. And it clearly is not. You can see the white from here to here, and it gets thinner, 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 thinner. And then it starts to bow. So it does have a curvature. It's not a huge a curvature, because here's the thing, guys. You'd have to get so far away because the Earth is so large to see a real big-time curvature. And that's what a lot of people get sucked in by. They go, well, look at this balloon. This balloon shows it's flat. Yeah, okay. It shows it's concave. Then it shows it's convex. Then it's convex. Come on. You can't believe a thing that shows. So you got to go by your own analysis. And that's what I beg everybody to do. Stop. You don't have to listen to my videos. You don't have to listen to my views. That's fine with me. But do your own homework. Now, I'm going to show you guys, because you might say, well, how do I know this is even real? How do I know you've even taken this photo rather, with your own camera? How do I know you didn't take it from somebody else's? Well, let me prove to you that I did. Okay, while I was down there, I took this photo of myself, and I'm next to this big painting of the ISS on this wall. Now, again, this is at the Kennedy Space Center. And then, of course, you could take tours and everything else and so on and so forth. They take you on a Greyhound bus, and they take you all over to the launch pads or by the launch pads and so on and so forth. So here's me in the photo, and you can see it right here. We'll back it out. But this is me, and you can see I got my my Mars Rover shirt on, which I like the shirt a lot. My daughter got it for me. But anyway, so here's a picture of me. Now, for a moment, let's see if this is real deal. Well, look at this. Photo forensics. Now, let's upload a file. And I'm going to show you, let's take this one here, just so you guys know it is, in fact, me. We're going to upload it. And let's see what happens. Let's see if I'm bullshitting you guys or not. Okay. There's my photo. And if there's any distortion done to it, it'll show you right down here. And you can see clearly there's no blotches or no information taken out. This is the real deal. Okay. So if you want to see the real, you guys can do this. It's online. You guys can do this yourself. Go to the metadata. Click on that. And it's going to show you everything you need to know about this camera. Let's start with this. It's a JPEG, so on and so forth. Image width, image height, the whole 9 yards. Ooh, look at this. Camera make and camera model name. Canon PowerShot A3300 IS. Now, I always shoot the biggest photo I can, which is the highest on this camera is only 16 megapixels. So, if you go to the very bottom, you'll see megapixels 15.9. Close enough. I mean, they're always just slightly lower, but you get the idea. But it'll tell you everything from if the flash went off, shutter speed. Anybody who's into photography knows all of this. And you can see, look at bulb duration, which of course it doesn't have. Slow shutter off, so on and so forth. Let me see with sharpness, normal, everything's normal. I mean, you guys get the idea. Look at all this. I mean, this is all the information. But here's the PowerShot. This is my photo. This is me. Now, let's take another photo. Let's take another one. And we'll go to, we'll just pick one of these. Make sure it is, in fact, from the same camera. And I'll show you just this one and then the last one with the wing as I'm in the air, flying above. Well, we're in cruising speed at the time. Okay, so this is us on the tarmac. And we're going to hit the metadata. And again, Canon PowerShot A3300. This is, in fact, from my camera. So, 15.9. I'm not going to BS you guys. You know, listen, if somebody had absolute proof of the world being flat, I would back you guys 1,000,000%, but nobody has been able to do it. I've been back and forth with these flat earth guys. It is not true. It is not. It will never be true. Now, again, let's look up this photo here. This is when we were in the air at cruising speed. Just so you guys know, it's not somebody else's photo. It's mine. And we're going to hit metadata. And there you go. Canon PowerShot A3300. This is from the same camera. This is my work. This is my photography. And clearly you can see there's an actual bend. There's an actual curvature of the Earth. Even if it's only slight, it's still there, regardless what people want to think. Listen, I believe, and this is just my theory, I believe the higher-ups or the real owners of the planet, you know, like all of these ultra-rich people, the Rockefellers, so on, they just put this in there. They said, hey, let's just put this work out there and just say the world is flat. People will grab a hold of it and say, oh, you know what? It's kind of here it is. It's like a reverse psychology, if you will. You know, if people get told it enough, what are they going to think? Oh, it's flat. So now you won't believe a thing NASA says. You won't believe that anybody went to the moon. You won't believe any of that. So think about this a minute. If that's true, it puts a stick in the spokes for people like myself trying to bring the truth out. Okay, but here's the thing. The people can actually prove that it is, in fact, round. And here's the thing, just simple logic. Okay, when you look out into your telescope, you can see a round sun, a round moon, or the round planets in our solar system. Every body in our solar system, every solar system body, if you will, is round. And the world is flat? It's a frisbee flying through space? Come on, guys. I mean, even common sense has to kick in and go, wow, really? I mean, and listen, you're not going to tell me that this thing is just a disk. Everything at the moon, the sun, and everything else is just a disk doing the same thing. It happens to be standing perfect, looking right at, when you look at a telescope, it's looking perfectly at you like a pizza pie. Come on, man. I mean, what? I can't even comprehend how people in this day and age, we have to explain this to people, that it clearly is not flat. It's not flat. I mean, if you want to believe it, listen, I respect your decision to believe that, but only on the condition that you've done the work yourself, not by listening to these people trying to crunch numbers and trying to do all this and trying to baffle people, because the average person isn't going to do this number crunching. They're not going to do any of that. They're just going to go, well, this guy looks like he's put so much work in this, it's got to be real. No, it does not. No, it does not. If you ever heard of Occam's razor, usually the simplest reason or simplest view is usually the correct one. Here it is, man. This is the simplest you can get. So if you want to believe that that's fine, I'm okay with that. But listen, do your own homework. I mean, here it is, man. Like I said, it's the thickest on this end, right here. And you can start to see this white band get shorter and shorter and shorter. And then it starts to come out, boom, 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 boom. And there you go. I mean, and like I said, it doesn't matter whether I'm on the plane and it's increasing elevation or decreasing. It doesn't matter. The ground will always stay flat no matter what my plane does. The plane does. That ground should stay completely flat, and it clearly is not. I can see that curvature right here. And you can see that. It goes from here all the way down. So it's not flat in any way, shape, or form. Here it is. But anyway, guys, listen, I'm not mad at people for doing that. They're thinking that. Maybe they've just been duped. They've been thinking. But again, forget about the flight picture. This one alone shows you where is this distortion that these boneheads keep thinking that, oh, the plane will distort it. Show me the distortion in this photo anywhere. And again, you can see it right here from this point to this point where this got you can see this rubber seal on the inside. Right from here to here. That's where it's actually been molded, where it comes out of the mold and has that roundness. This is where they mold it. The rest of this photo is completely fine. I don't see any curvature on these poles. Everything's completely straight. The tarmac's straight. Show me where it's curved. Where these guys claim that it is. You know, like they claim about NASA and the ISS, so everything's curved. It may be just the camera they're using, not the actual glass that they're looking through. It has a fisheye lens. Not every camera is perfect. Some of them use fisheye lens for a reason, and some do not. If you look at Google, you'll see a lot of photos that actually have, you'll see the solar panels. Let's say the solar panels are sticking out, and you can see the Earth here, and you see the solar panels. Yeah, they'll have a curvature, and people go, see, right here. So it's throwing off the Earth is curved as well. No, because if you look at some of these photos where they've taken it with a different camera, the solar panels are completely straight out, and you can still see the curvature of the moon. Do your own homework, please. I beg you. That's all I'm going to say about it. Now, again, if you think I'm lying, show me any kind of curve to that. Show me any of it. There's not a single curve in this photo, and I can see the edge of the photo right here. Even with this molding from here to here, you can see that little space right there, from there to there. And it's still not even messing with the ramp that they're just trying to take away right now, or they were taking away in this picture, rather. You don't see even, that is not even distorted, the rail right there. So what part of these photos are actually distorted? None. So, same camera, and got the same. There you go. Jump over me, and there you go. You can see right here, and then it really curves off. This is a completely straight line. I boxed it off. It was a completely straight line, and that's the way I made it. Show me where this is flat. It clearly is not. Now, again, you guys can argue that point all you like, but show me demonstrable evidence, or else your view is mute. Because I hear it, and it's been coming. It's like oh my God, it's like this big thing now that we never went to the moon. You don't have to believe what we did. And I even said this in some of my videos. Let's suppose they didn't. Let's suppose. Let's go on your side. I'm going to be on your side for a second. They didn't go on there. Okay. That doesn't mean they haven't had an LRO, which is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has mapped the moon hundreds and thousands of times since it's been up there. They know everything about it. They've even I've done a video on a radar image. I think it was called Radar Image Shows Great Details on the Moon, below the moon's lunar surface, which clearly shows it's from 33 to 50 feet below the surface. It looks like a goddamn city, guys, from space. And they use radar imaging, or radio waves, to penetrate the ground. So, even from here, we're sending signals, radio signals, to the moon and back. We don't even have to go to the moon, guys. And we could tell there's something not right about this moon. So, it's not flat. It's spherical, just like here on Earth is. So, again, guys, I'm not really mad about it. I swear to God, it's like an epidemic. People have lost their minds. And I just can't understand in this day and age that we have to still prove to people that this is absolutely, even in this, where do you see any warping in here in this roof? Do you see any distortion with this camera at all? Now, this is actually made that way. This is actually a whole rounded, like a horseshoe-shaped wall, as well as these bricks here, these flat plates. But you can see right here, this is at the top of the photo, and nowhere is there any distortion in this camera. Same camera, in flight, on the ground on tarmac. So, again, guys, just wanted to make that real quick. This is the reason why I did this video, is because it was fitting, so to speak, is when I went on vacation and I decided to use these. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I just wanted to say, I hope everybody had a great Christmas, like I said, and Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope everybody has a real prosperous one, a healthy one. And you know what, guys? Just keep an eye on your loved ones. If you got older parents or whatever, just keep an eye on them. I mean, I know I want mine around for years to come. I mean, I'm getting up there in age myself, but I still want mine around as long as possible. So do what you can. I mean, they're only here once. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. And I do have some good ones coming up for you guys. I have some more moon photos. I've got some Mars coming up. I haven't touched on Mars for a while, and I apologize. I know a lot of you guys are wanting that. So we're going to definitely go with those too. Do some of those. And I've got some just crazy ones coming up. I mean, all different kinds of videos coming up. So stick with me, guys. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I understand the vacation, so on and so forth. So I hope you guys don't mind that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.